Hey there, lads and lasses. This here, of course, is Thunderhand64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States. Here on a Friday morning. It is a little bit past 11 a.m. here. That can only mean it is time for some Buffooncraft SMP Season 5. Set up a few things here. Okay. Let's get right onto the server, shall we? Switch over to our display scene. And let's get rid of that. Let's bring this up and ahead. Let's log on in. I'll bring the music level down just a little bit. Point that a little bit more into my face. Let's see. Music level, right. Let's bring this down. A little bit right to... Right about there is good, I think. And yes. And this is where we're at. Working on the iron farm. Decorating it and finishing this up as some of our loose ends that need to be tied up here in the server. And this is definitely my biggest loose end on this server. And so let's do this. We need to do a little bit of sleeping here. I guess I could have slept up there. Let's do this. Let's plop this right down here. All right. And now, because I did not plan that opening sequence very well, I need to go back up there. I think I can make it on here with one rocket. Yeah, nicely done. Okay. So this is what I've decided to do with this. If some of you may not have seen this in a while. I'm going to make this a volcanic cauldron of sorts. You know, over here, not too far away, you can see Shelbs' mighty volcano over here, right? I'm not going to reveal too much of it. I'll let Shelbs do that on her stream. But it's just magnificent, right? And I was trying to think of some sort of theme for the iron farm, the build, the way that it looks. And then I got the idea, you know what? To complement the volcano, let's make a volcanic crater here, a cauldron, right? And, you know, we don't need to rip off her idea directly. We can sort of complement her idea over there. And you know, I'll slope this into the landscape a little bit, but the idea is, you know, using the lava from that to power the farm, you know, a kind of look to it and everything. So I've put these pools of lava along the edges here. This will all be built up in a more natural kind of way with more natural features that'll slope down into the landscape. These pools will have, you know, more natural looking features in them. Like I'll put campfires beneath them to have the smoke billowing up, and you know, some features in here to make it look like a little more natural, right? The thing I'm working on today is to decide what to do with this end. This is the end that goes into the tunnel, and then the tunnel goes all the way on out to the trading hall. And here's the entrance to the farm around the back here. That might need to be modified a little bit. Here's the observation and AFK area, which I would like to keep that there. What I'm thinking is, should I build a fourth lava pool above this? Because it doesn't really seem to make sense to me to do that. And also, I like having the pattern of the three and then having this side differ from the other three, because it draws your eye and your mind into thinking, all right, well, what's going on with this area, right? And this is the whole entrance and staging area and stuff like that. And so you enter the farm this way, and then, you guys get the idea. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this, how I'm going to do this. One thing I am sure, though, I'm going to have a curved wall right along here. And I think I'm going to carry over these kinds of blocks. The basalt with the mud. I'm not going to copy this pattern exactly, but it'll be very similar. It'll be very similar. And so I think that's what I'll do today. I'll build this wall up. I'll extend the floor over. I had an elliptical curve back there originally, but now I'm going to bring that forward into this circular curve here to match the cone of the cauldron here, the cylindrical shaft of it. And then I'll do that today. And then maybe I'll just experiment with building the pan, the basin on top. I probably won't fill it with lava right away, but I'll see how much that obscures this and if it seems to make any sense or whatnot. It's probably not going to. It would probably be better to have maybe the pan as an overhang here, and then maybe with some dots of lava in it, but maybe not quite like this to this extent, right? And how much that would obscure the observation deck and everything. So we're going to need a lot of basalt and a lot of mud. Yeah, to build up these walls. But I'm going to use stone to bring these walls outward first. So let's go do that. That I can do. And then I'm not quite sure I have all of the basalt I need for this, but we'll try. Maybe we'll do some of these nether brick wall unit features here somehow, like maybe on either side of the observation deck. Maybe there'll be a stream of lava on either side. I don't know. But let's at least get the wall part of that. We're certain. So let's do that first. And I have these polished andesite features along the edge, marking the edge here. We can take those out. Let's go remove these torches. What's happening here? Why are they not? Get in my inventory. Okay, there we go. And let me see how to go about doing this. I mean, I could sort of guesstimate it. I could use some sand too. Do I have any sand here? Or I could use some gravel. I probably have a lot of gravel, right? And there it is. Guys, viewers, friends, people, this took so many trips to Chris the IT's guy's lava farm. Lava farm. To that was so many trips to the lava farm. All right, so how to go about doing this? Because I would hit. You know what? I'm thinking the. Yeah. Let's try this. Did my wings break? No, they didn't. But they're close. They just didn't open. Let's see if I have any more dirt in any of these. Yeah, I do. Let's do this. Okay, we'll have an idea. See if we can sketch this out. All right, so I'm thinking. Let's do that first. This will help us drop down the gravel and outline. Ugh. Ugh. And mark out the features that we're going to be doing here. Like that. Okay. All right, there we go. And again, this is going to slope down and, you know, form the cauldron's sloped sides down into the landscape. On the outer rim of this and the outer features, I'm going to try to maintain the forest as much as I can. I think it looks really cool. I will have to adjust the path and everything, but I really need to finish up this build. And this was a tricky thing to do because, you know, this wasn't our plan from the beginning, right? We wanted to upgrade the farm, but at the same time, we didn't really know what we were going to do here. There, and you can see how this is going to outline that. This is my plan for this. So. I don't think I've missed any pieces, and if I overlap a few pieces, that's not a big deal at all. Oh, sleeping again. Here we go. Eh? Hmm? Is the sun not low enough yet? Fine, I'll just place more gravel. Like that? Yeah, there we go. There are the next few pieces. Like this. Right. Okay. Try this again, shall we? All right. Narcolepsy in action. Like this. Roll along the edge. Like that. And okay, getting a little helping hand from Sir Isaac Newton himself. Right, I think that's in place. Let's do that next. There's a gap. Done and done. Okay, good. Good. Great. Let's just bring this stuff over now. Is that it? Looks like it to me. All right, let's break this down. Where's my shovel? Thusly. That I can leave in there for now. That's going to be fine. Right. Okay. Let's get this into place here. You know, I really hope I have enough basalt for this and enough mud, because otherwise it's going to be a stream of me at the basalt machine and at the mud machine. No, thunder. Please, not that. Cleaning up our mess here. Oh, that's because there's a torch there. Got it. All right, that's good. All right, so behind this will be all of the stone, and then at this will be the basalt and the mud, like that. Let's do this. What am I trying to do here? Let's get a little bite to eat. Let's get some stone in the old inventory. Some of this. Bye-bye gravel. Bye-bye dirt. Now I should have some prepared stuff here. Ooh, here we go. Now our good friend and fellow buffoon Shelbs invited me to raid her, the most prolific chest monster on the entire server, to get the stone I needed. But I also remembered the haunted house work site has a lot of stone there, and that needs to be cleaned up. That chest monster has never been cleaned up. So I figure, okay, well, I can, do the server a little bit of a service there and clean that up and help myself to the stone that's up there. Since it's been up there for about a year. Just sitting there doing nothing. Now, I'm not going to fill all of this solid all the way in, all the way up there. I'm not sure what shape this arch here is going to take. I'm thinking an ellipse, but we'll see what happens. So I could do something like this. And I may fill in this section, make this solid, at least up to the top of where that arch might be. Then I'll go hollow for this, and I may fill that solid in along the top. I'm not really concerned with conserving materials here. I've got plenty of this stone. It's more just the time. I guess it's faster just to be on top of this and fill it in thusly. Right? And I guess we can just work on it in halves and bring it all the way up, right? Let's just do that instead of jumping the gap each time. It's going to suck. We'll just go layer by layer. This mouse is so hard to use. Some of you guys may remember that my beloved Otley mouse both of my spares had broken. The scroll wheel had broken on both of them. Because I just crush it with my hand. And it's a pretty rugged mouse, but that mouse wheel is the weak component in that mouse. And Outley went out of business, so I can't replace them. And you know what that is? That's that. Yep. I miss my Outley mouse. I still have the Outley mouse for PC1, but PC2 I had to replace with this little thing. This is the largest mouse I could find. The Elecom EX-G. It's supposed to be extra large mouse. And you see how tiny it is. It's very small. Whereas the Outley, this thing is awesome. It's so comfortable on the hand. But using this tiny little mouse is really annoying. You can see I have a lot of trouble placing blocks now. I've always had trouble placing blocks, but now more so than ever. But yeah, I've been doing a lot more work on the servers recently, on the Generation server as well as the Buffooncraft Season 5 server. Getting things wrapped up. I'm feeling productive lately. And especially with this build, now that I have a direction for it, I have a theme for it and stuff. Now I feel free to just build. And honestly, I'm hoping we really don't have much in the way of events left in this very long Season 5. So I can just build and finish this. I have strongly resolved to not leave unfinished builds behind. And as I complete each step of this, I'm conscious of trying to complete these steps in such a way as if I don't get to finish the entire build, it'll still look somewhat finished. So if I can get the basic shape of it down and everything, if I don't get to detail it, it'll still look somewhat, it won't look as good, but it'll still look at least somewhat complete. All right, let me sleep. Let me sleep, please. Excuse me, air is a little dry in here. Air is not a little dry in here. Air is very dry in here. Yes, it is August here in Southern California, on the edge of the desert, on the edge of the Mojave Desert. I may not have time to raid out today after the stream, or I may have to do a raid and run, which I really don't like doing. I like to stop by and relax and interact with my friends in their streams, but I do have to bring Kachi home from school. Today's his early release day, and so I have to be ready to do that. And so when the stream concludes, I might have to hit the road immediately. Maybe, maybe not. Well, we'll see. You know, I did say I wasn't going to fill this this thing all the way to the top, right? And so I'm well above the tunnel arch now. So I should not be wasting time filling in all of this. So let's start with this layer here. Yeah, we can do like this kind of thing pretty much the rest of the way up. Like that, I'm thinking, until we get up to right about there. And then we'll go solid again, because I don't know what's going to happen above there yet. And we may go about... We'll put a few torches in here just to cut down on the mob spawns, right? Let me see. Yeah, we ought to stick some torches in here. Torches, right there. Let's do these like right along here. There we go. Yeah, some of these will have closed off spaces, so we have to think about that. Like this one. In fact, if I place this one correctly, should be able to get all of that. It should be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Good. We're getting close. All right, how much further would... about 1 or 2 blocks. All right, let's... Yeah, I'd like to fill that in solidly. So let's do that. Let's go back to filling in right about at this level. And then we'll fill this in solid the rest of the way up. Again, we have a lot of this stone. We should be fine. We may do something with this floor, like bring these stone bricks out when we get the shape of it down. When we make some decisions about that, a little bit later. And who is raiding us? Our fellow buffoon, Shelbs. Shelbs, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the raid. I did see a little bit of your stream. Fields of Mystria. Although I'm not familiar with that game. Kind of looked like Stardew Valley a little bit. Hey there. Hey, check it out. That, my dear, is a lot of lava. And thank you again for the stone. Oh, wow. This mouse. I tell you, this mouse is so bad. I'm so spoiled by my old outlay mouse. I am good. I am unfortunately going to have to raid and run. I just got a call from my parents. They decided to do spontaneous visit. Okay, I understand perfectly. You do that. Please. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope there's some Las Vegas planning in that visit. I don't know if I was supposed to reveal that on stream. I hope it was okay. Alrighty, let's bring up this part of the mass. Right up to about here. All right, we'll do this, we'll do this. And let me see, this is cranking right along here. And now this part I'm going to have to leave somewhat open, right? So and I may just extend this balcony and stuff right out to there. But I have to be careful when I do that. I'm going to have to check and make sure my AFK area is in the right spot. It should be. I just have to be within the 24 to 128 hollowed out sphere. Differential sphere region to keep the farm activated so I can keep these chunks loaded. It's not quite like a mob farm's spawn area, so which is way more exacting to get the mobs to spawn. The villagers are really doing all the spawning, so it's their location. We just have to keep the chunks loaded. So we should be okay back there. That should be enough to keep those chunks loaded in the farm, so we do a season 6, or I may do this for Buffooncraft, for the next season of our group. I may try a vertical mob farm design. I'll either do it in the next season of our group here, or I'll do it in Generations. Because Generations, I'm going to move the mob farm anyway, so. All right, we have to stock up on some more stone. Whoa, I almost did not open the wings there. Let's do this. And we should have a little bit more. Here we go. Another shulker of stone. We may have to go fetch some more, but we've got plenty more where this came from. fill in this stuff right here. Of course, if this were Chris and Nova, this would be built in an hour, the entire thing, and it would look spectacular. But I will give myself a little bit of a break, you know, not having a theme for this for the longest time, and then have to go back and retroactively apply the theme to this after the fact. That's a little hard to do. Okay. How am I doing for time here? 11:40. All right. Can't quite reach the top there yet. Let's go up one more layer and then well, I don't know. Yeah, let's do this first. Okay. All right, now we've got some of this delicate business to do right here. Then when it comes to placing that basalt, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the basalt first and then go back and pepper in the mud blocks. Got it. Then I'm not really sure how I'm going to deal with this region. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Fuck. All right, I should start at this end and work my way back here. That way I have a way out. I am pleased with how fast this is going along, though. I did do a little bit of stream prep beforehand. You guys can see I had my materials all set to go. I sort of knew what I was going to do today. Maybe like that, and then something like this. All right, let's do a little bit of observation and just for some of you who might be in there lurking right now and have just come into the stream recently, you guys can see where I'm pulling this in now, right? Then I'll be doing the same on the other side, and then I'll be using this texture on the outside of that. Yeah, we should be good. I'm thinking I'm going to have to make another run for stone, though. All right, and here, I'll tell you what. One, two, just so we're clear on far I want to go here before I incorporate the hollow bits. A little bit like that. All right, I like it. Okay, now we can just do these. Like this. And again, we'll do this portion solid. Then we can go hollow up to a certain point and then solid again. We should be okay there. Got it. All right, I do like that. Last solid layer here, at least down in this section, and then we'll start walling up. And I'm just making this lower portion solid here, just in case I decide to build something into the sides in some kind of way. Of which I'm not familiar with right now. I have no idea. But I'm trying to think ahead to leave myself options, right? So. Okay, and I'm thinking I could get away with a lot in the way of torches. Ah, come on, place. Hands. Okay, that's better. There it is. That's Kumakwa. I think I'll have to bring the volume level of that one up a little bit. Let's do this one. Hey there, Kuma. How you doing? Of course, that's a superfluous question, right? A rhetorical question. Because we know. Fantastically mediocre. Of course. So those video redeems now, I think I have those down. I'm going to create another one today. And just so you folks know, also on the community server, I've made a new channel that gives background on each redeem, because most of those, you should be able to get most of those, but some of those are going to be some pretty old and obscure shows because, you know, right? I am always fantastically mediocre. Unless the wife tells me I'm something else. Yep, I hear you. Wow, that clip was really quiet. Yeah, I'm going to have to adjust the sound for that. I think I can do that independently for each one. I'll have to go into Trigger Fire and crank that up a little bit. But that's a brand new one. I think I just made that one last night. So sometimes I have to run those. I think as long as it's under 10 seconds, I should be okay as far as DMCA and fair use. I made the Scott Pilgrim So Sad one, and I first used that on Wednesday's stream. And I used that a couple of times, and so far no DMCA strikes on either Twitch or YouTube, so I think I'm okay. And of course, there's the mighty Real Foolish Sage. Welcome on in, Sage. Of course, it would not be Buffooncraft if it wasn't raining right now. As a matter of fact, how's everyone doing? I am, well, Kuma's fantastically mediocre, of course. But I'm doing just fine, sir. Thank you for asking. And I'm just going to make some notes here for a little bit later. Here it is. Done. And how am I doing here? I've got 10 more minutes until we do our midstream shift. Sage, how's things going out there on the Emerald Isle? Home of my ancestors. I guess I better sleep while I can so I can dispel this rain, right? Oh, plus we're almost out of stone anyway. We're going to have to make another stone run. So we're still waiting for the availability for the new community server to open up for Buffooncraft. And I tell you, I'm having major withdrawals. I really miss building with the buffoons, and it's very lonely here on the Season 5 server. So Sage and Lux and Genie and those guys, they're so much fun to build with. That community server, the VIP server, is the best idea I think we've ever come up with for Buffooncraft. It's so cool. But we've had to switch servers, and so far the server of the type that we need is not available yet. And so we're waiting for that to open up. There's a queue and stuff, and so we're waiting for that to open up, and when it does, we can get back to building on there. All right, let's go pluck that right into there. And that's pretty good. We're almost out of stone. I think I did something like this, and then I have 3 layers. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Oh, I'm feeling the same. I'm itching to play more. I just have more and more terrible ideas and cannot do any of them. Yeah, that's the really good thing. One of the reasons why I'm very pleased that I'm lucky enough to have the generation server, and I can keep that thing going, because I can always indulge my ideas. You know, it's just a decision of, do I want to do that on Buffooncraft or do I want to do that on Generations, right? If I can't do it here, then I'll do it over there. But I do miss building on the community server particularly. I mean, I love building on this server, especially now that we have the wings. The aerial views of these builds, it's just a beautiful map, and made even more so by the buffoons and their builds here. It's just like, look at Nova's greenhouse there. It's just, again, you know, so colorful. Dang, I didn't bring a shulker with me. Ugh. I mean, we can use andesite too. We're just filling and the stuff's going to be behind everything else. So we can help clean up. Clean up aisle 4. Yeah, like look at Castleton here. And you know what? You really start to appreciate all of the river systems through here. It's just really cool looking. And of course, there's our build over here, right, that we're working on. Mighty Iron Farm Volcanic Cauldron here. Hopefully, if I, am productive enough to finish this on time, I think it'll look really cool when it's done. Let's do that. We'll carry some of this stuff out here. All right. Yeah, we're closing in on this. Nice. Being prepared for your stream is actually a helpful thing. But often, I the inspiration just does not come to me for what I want to do. But now that I've got a plan, I feel a lot better about this. All right, and I can build solidly up through here now. And this time when I go on another stone run, I'm going to have to remember, bring the shulkers, Thunder. Maybe I should save some for when I become a full buffoon. I would. You might want to do that. That might not be a bad idea. But you know what? The buffoons are going to, just the community alone, are going to trigger so many ideas for you that, ideas are never really a problem for me. Even if I can't think of anything, the other buffoons will inspire me to. Sometimes they're a little slow and not so forthcoming, but most of the time it's the opposite problem. It's having too many ideas and then to see if I have the time and skill level to pull those off. So have you tried hitting your head against the door? That usually inspires me. Not intentionally, no. I think all that inspires me to do is open the door before I try to walk through it. If only I could remember that. Then maybe I wouldn't have so many concussions. Then my IRL co-streaming friend, PC and Coffee. Thunder, are you in here again in the ER? Because that's his job in real life. We could just go have dinner together. It doesn't always have to be, an emergency room situation. What have you done now? Maybe you just have a craving for that lovely ER food. Actually, we don't have food in our emergency rooms here. Is that a European thing? The only thing that we offer in our emergency rooms here is debt. Yes, the financial ruin buffet is right over there. Please help yourself. Thankfully, my friend PC Coffee works in the hospital that's closest to us. So he makes that situation so much better. I think the last time I was in there, I was restoring an old piece of... I was using some reclaimed wood to build something, so I'm doing the rough sanding of it, which I probably should have done with a planer. But and so I'm cranking down the board, and I pulled up a splinter shard right out of the board and just jammed it like through my hand. So I walk in the ER. Hey, Thunder! What are you in for, dude? I hold my hand. I got a piece of wood sticking out of it. Could you give me a hand getting this out of my freaking palm? That was one of those things where it was in there pretty good, and because of the way that the wood kind of splinters when it goes in there, it actually creates a barb, so you can't like just pull it back out. And since I still want to play bass guitar, I didn't want to do all kinds of nerve damage by just cranking it out myself. Because not being a medical person, I didn't know like what's in here for like nerve endings and stuff. Can I just rip this thing out or not? And PC shaking his head, no, you can't just, no. Let my friend have a look at it here. Yeah, I remember sitting there looking at that thinking, I can crank this thing out. I should be fine, right? I thought, I still want to play bass. And of course, welcome in Lone Star. Hey, how you doing, laddie? Well, maybe not in the ER, but in the hospital. Yeah. My uni was right next to the teaching hospital, and we frequently went to eat in their secret restaurant instead of their canteen. You know, a secret restaurant sounds like one of those mobile app games like you'd play on your phone. Secret restaurant. Wow. Maybe wear gloves the next time. I always wear gloves now when I sand. Always. Because of that. Tired but good, as I now have 4 days off work and I have beer. Slancha, my friend. Slancha. Now that the 4 days off are complete, welcome to the 4 days on are complete. Welcome to the 3 days off. Enjoy. PC and Coffee are PC and Coffee and his family. They are in Disney World in Florida right now. And since Mrs. Thunderhand is a Disney fanatic, she's a member of the DVC club. So she has timeshare at Disney, and we didn't use up all of her points this year. And so we gave them to PC and Coffee and his family. And so we were able to help them get a really cool room down there. which is always cool. You know, we get to help our friends out. Usually they're helping us out with medical stuff and computer stuff, and so it's fun to be able to return the favor every now and then. All right, we're almost finished here. We'll fly on up here and have a look at this thing in just a moment. I think that's all the stone I have, right? Switch over to andesite, because this is just filler stuff from here on up. Kuma, you're going to have to give me a video clip of you saying fantastically mediocre. I'll make a redeem out of that. All right, let's do this. Okay, almost here. Almost. We've got that, and that. Okay, that's looking good. Can't quite make that ledge. Let's do a flyby so you guys can have a view. You guys can see what I'm doing here. And let's alight onto our observation perch here. And so this is what we're going with. Lone Star can probably appreciate this because this is a very Lone Star-esque kind of build style with all the lava and the dark palette and stuff. This is definitely Lone Star. The secret restaurant was like a higher and canteen deep in the basement with fake windows. Okay. It was meant to be only for hospital staff and students, but they didn't check ID. Gotcha. Because I almost never say it on stream. No, it'd just be a funny thing to do for this one. Lava and deep slate! Woo! Yeah, this is more, well, the floor is entirely deep slate, right? The walls are the basalt and the mud. All right, this next bit is not going to be high on dignity. No, let's see if I can. Yeah, I'm going to have to use a little bit of scaffolding here. And let me see. I think I have enough andesite to do this. Yeah, so I'm going to have to bring this out here and bring the ledge up like that. And I think if I position this correctly, I might be able to reach all of that. Let's see. Hawk! You know what? I'm I could play Minecraft. I really can. See, See, all I have to do is get this one part set up here, this one shelf in place, and then I'm good. Okay, now I can finish that up. We can fly over here and we'll. I should have plenty of andesite in these chests here. Let's do. Oh, did I leave that ender chest up there? I think I did. Whatever. I've got one right here. Thunder. You know, I feel like I could get more done if I wasn't my own worst enemy. All right, let's try that, and then stop that. Stop it. Then we'll grab some of this. We should have plenty of this andesite kicking around, like here. Do we have any here? The polished stuff, no thanks. Nope. A little tiny bit. A little bit of stone there. Ah, here we go. A lot of this is me cleaning up these chests too, you know, just inventory management, you know. That's all that polished stuff. Yeah, this should be plenty. This will be plenty. Looks like we're going to have to do the sleeping stuff soon. And replenish our supply of rockets. I think I can reach that up there. Mindless placing of blocks. Actually, we're a little bit past the halfway point here, right? We need to switch to standing mode. Let's finish up this bit, and then we'll do that. Okay, cool. Let's do that. All right, this is getting annoying. There. Insubordinate offhand. This is a very, very cool farm. That was so much fun to design. I can't wait to build the next one on Generation. That's going to be a lot of fun. Let me see here. Let us restart the playlist. And let's switch to standing mode. Right about there. Let's do this. Let's work top down. We'll get the shape of this thing established. I just hope I don't run out of time before I get to put in the details, because that's the fun part. That part starts to slow down in pace, though, because that's when you start to get picky about, placing each block. So that kind of slows things down quite a bit, but it's also the funnest part. So say, Kuma, if you're still there and you're listening, when do you think we're going to do another beam battles? Suppose it's just a matter of when everyone's available, but... Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Here, let's... Okay, see, that's cool. And now we'll dress the outside of it with that kind of texture right there, with the basalt and stuff. Let's see. That is a good question because of how I switch my streaming times. Yeah, you did do that, right? And it would have been either Friday or Saturday night. Understood. Okay, let's see if we have enough basalt now to dress the face of this. I'm thinking we probably don't. This is probably a little presumptuous to extend that now, but because we may change the shape of this, but we'll see what happens. Okay, good. Oh, actually, we still had quite a bit of stone left in there. Let's tell you. I'll tell you what. Let's keep that extra one right there, so we can keep the workflow going here. And then, all right, basalt, huh? Inventory management. Keep the maximum number of spaces open. Dirt, I don't need that. Let's take a look down here. And we'll use that to hold all the basalt. I thought I had some in here. Okay, there's a little bit. There's regular basalt. Let me take a look at this. Cobble deep slate. Terracotta. More cobbled deep slate. Oh, here's some stuff. There's some of the good stuff for you. I think I have some down here. And we may have to go back to the pub to go get some more. Yeah. This is not going to be enough. Ugh, hands, please. Yeah, that is not going to be enough. Let's see. Let's replenish our rockets while we're at it. And off we go into the wild blue yonder. Head on down to the Winchester, have ourselves a pint, and wait for all of this to blow over. This place is so cool. Now it's so lonely. But we're committed to finishing our build, so. What is going... What the... basalt farm, right? We have plenty of the regular basalt, but I don't think I have enough of the smooth variety. So I'll tell you what, let's get... Let's get some of that going. Let's get some of that cooking. Because you may have realized, some of you may know, that the smooth basalt comes from either geodes or cooking the regular basalt. So, let me see, stone. Where's my stone stuff? Yeah, we'll put that in there. Let's do this. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of this stuff, so let's just set that up like that. You know what I should have done? So I should have extended this outward and then put the hoppers into the back here to feed in the lava so we could have multiple lava buckets. So we should have done that. Right. In fact, we might be able to get away with that right now. Where's my tech? Over here. Terracotta, 7-head barrels. Come on, tech stuff. Well, I could always use some of this. I just need a few hoppers. Like that. And then I need a double chest like that, and I should be good. See, I'm going to have to widen that a bit. But if I do that, That's not helpful. We'll do that. We'll do this like this. I should be able to just put all of my buckets right into there like that. That'll keep the furnace going. Thusly, and I'll take care of this later. Let's put this over here into the sprucey bits. I know this says barrels, but we can put chests in there as well. It's okay, the boss says so, the boss being me. Let's see, and do I have all of that lava? I don't think I do. Let's do this. Let's return Shelbs' buckets. Like this. And we'll do that like that. We should be good. That should be enough to keep that going for a bit. See, that's pretty good. That's almost a stack right now. And that'll keep that cranking. All right, so what we can do is, let me see. We have about 33 minutes left of the stream. We can place what we have and then fly on back. And then we'll collect whatever we need from there. Right, so I will put this. Yeah, we need that. Okay, we've got enough to keep us to get us started anyway. Yeah, let's do that. Man, I'm gonna miss this place. So cool. Let's see if I can lay me down to sleep. There is a group of streamers that I sometimes play bean battles with on Thursday nights. Do you want me to let them know the next time it happens? Sure, why not? I mean, I can't always promise that I'll be available to check it out on Thursday nights, but I'll look into it, sure. Lone Star, yeah, I'm going to miss my place. Yeah, it's funny because we especially this season, because this season has gone so long, and that's not a complaint, by the way, but you just get so used to being around here, right? That it feels like home, and then you miss it afterwards. Look at Lone Star's Bastion here. Look at how cool this is with the color scheme and stuff. All right, the only thing is I don't know if those furnaces are going to work while I'm over here because the chunks are not going to be loaded, and they're not in the spawn chunks. So but we'll do the best we can with what we have. And I think the first thing to do is swap out this gravel. Not like that, though. Hands. Thank you. Okay, that's good right to there. Then we can just take this out. Thusly. And then you guys can see what's going to happen there, right? So Then I can just stand on one of these, each one of these features, and just pillar on up. And then when I get the entire face basalt, then I can just go in and, after the fact, I can just speckle in those pieces of mud like that. I find that's just the easiest way to do it, than to try to work those in as I go along. All right, let's head on over to here. I think I'll just pillar up section by section. Like this. Here we go. You know, provided I have enough basalt. I might be able to finish this during the stream. Oh, from where? Oh, that's a cat. Okay, I thought that was a chicken. Where did you come from? Yeah, I guess this isn't so bad. All right, let's see if I can get my hands to cooperate enough just to do this. Oops. Yeah, the answer to that is no. The response to that is no, they will not. If I could just go up 3 at a time, then I'll be fine. Like that. There we go. Ah, see, I went 4 on that one. But sometimes you can do that. Ha! And let me see. We have what? Just over 2 stacks of basalt left. So you guys get the idea of how much basalt that this is going to take. It's going to be a lot. Oh, so much. Oh, so much. But we do, I do feel that if I have enough basalt, I do have enough time remaining in the stream. We have 26 minutes left. That's a lot of time. I should be able to do this. Of course, I was watching one of Tango Tech's streams today. And he built a basalt farm, but he built it on the roof of the nether. He says because lava flows faster in the nether, the basalt farms are more productive there. And that was not lost on me. So the next basalt farm I build, I don't think I have one in Generations. That's definitely going to be on the roof of the nether. Fuck. And that's it. We're done. So we may not have enough to finish this. Because there's no way that that basalt is going to smelt fast enough for this. And there's probably no way I'm going to be able to alight on this scaffolding. Oh, it's so hard to get scaffolding from the air. Or when you don't land directly atop of it. But we can at least have a look at this. Okay, so you guys are getting the idea, right? So from here over to here. I know this looks like a different texture, like it's darker, but it's just because of the way the lighting is. When it curves around here, it'll match up. And you also don't have the mud to offset this, right? So mud is a little bit darker. But we'll be carrying this right around to the other side, right around there. Let's go back just for the heck of it and see how much is smelted. Probably not enough, but again, these are not in the spawn chunks, so they won't be loaded while we're working over here. I really don't think that they are. So, yeah, it's not smelting when I'm not here. I really need to AFK that. Or somebody does. Yeah, see? It wasn't smelting at all while we were gone, really. Okay. All right, let's see if there's anything else I can do with the remaining time. Maybe I can start sketching out the shape of the cauldron slopes and clearing out some of the trees. Around there. Again, I want to try to keep as many trees as I can intact over there because I like that dark wood forest and I like the idea of the cauldron rising up or out of the forest. That looks really cool. But we're going to have to knock them down first, I think, before we can and then put them back in, replace them afterward. But we can sketch out some slopes. So let's get some dirt. I just wish I had a lot more of this stuff. You know, I kind of decided on this at the last minute. So I didn't have any in stock, really. Maybe I'll AFK that tonight, and I'll put in some time this weekend. But let's get some dirt, and the time remaining, maybe we can sketch out some of the shape of the slopes. I do have a shulker of dirt already, but, you know, let's go down through here. We'll clean up some of this. Like, look at this stuff. Oh, so much. And the slope certainly isn't going to be perfectly uniform all the way around. I like the circle being uniform, and then the features coming off the circle to be less uniform. And I think I'm going to use this edge here. And of course, we'll have to remake the road around it. Stuff, but I'm thinking maybe I'll drop off about 2 there. About 3, 2, 1, and 2 that way along here. And we can vary this a little bit. Like that. But I don't know, maybe I want more of a 2, 3, 2, 1. Here, maybe I want it to slope a little more. Let me see here. Something like that, maybe. I don't know, maybe we'll start it by making it look more uniform at the beginning, and then we'll differentiate things with peppering in the blocks and stuff like that afterwards. Establish the pattern and then break it. Yeah, I definitely have to get better at terraforming. I really suck at this part of the game. Let's do this. We can clear out some of this stuff. We can save ourselves some dirt too by doing something like this. Just making sure this is lit up on the inside. There we go. Like I say, once we get this intact and in place and stuff, then we can try to add some variation to it. Maybe something like that. All right. Let's see what kind of slope that's going to look like from. I remember it'll have all kinds of like, you know, trees and vegetation on it and everything. But you know what? Well, maybe on this side that's good enough. So maybe I'll just bring it around this side. That I want to rebuild and move it over because that's from the original iron farm and I want to preserve that if I can. I know I'm going to need to remove a lot of these trees in here, so we can do that too. Okay, good. A lot of this stuff is going to have to come out. And we'll have to go back later and replant some of this stuff. Yeah, I think I'll just bring it over this far for right now. Let me see. Let's do this. This is how you get rid of apples in your inventory. You eat them! Okay, so we can do that. And you know what? This is going to have to come out. It's kind of annoying because these trees, these leaf blocks will not decay as long as they're attached to other leaf blocks from other trees. So that's annoying. Let's do a little inventory management. Now, how am I doing for time? I have 11 minutes. We'll make another dirt shulker. How many dirt shulkers do you need, Thunder? All of them! Right. Sleep. Sleep, perchance to dream. This is looking so good. Hey, welcome back, Shelps. I wouldn't know anything about terraforming. You are the terraforming queen. Nebula is the terraforming princess. Okay. But let me see. I need enough clearance over here. There she is. I need enough clearance on this side to slope this downward. That means removing a lot of these trees. Hey there. Welcome in. You guys have seen me fly past Shelbs' volcano many times, even in just this stream. It's just an incredible build. Incredible build. Okay, we almost... I'm thinking the slope on this side might be a little more gradual, but I'm thinking at least take out these two trees. I'm just happy I'm not building on the SMP by myself. Because, I mean, what's the point? I could build on generations if I'm going to build alone, right? So, really appreciate it, Shelbs. Yeah, see, this might be enough just for me to establish. I was actually on a bit last night, sneaking in some quiet building. Oh, I see. Were you working on the interior of the volcano? The problem is when you have a build that is that big and that kind of, you know, block palette and stuff, you could work on that for like 2-3 hours and then somebody come along and say, hey, you know, I just dropped in yesterday and I don't see much of a change. It's like, I did that whole back slope. But it's just so huge. The scale of it's so big, right? All right. See, normally I would just incinerate these bits that are dropping all over the place. The saplings and the sticks. I really don't need the sticks, but still exterior for now. I'd like to at least get the entire exterior done. Yeah, because that'll show the most, right? Then if we run out of time, at least it still looks like it's a complete build, right? So... All right, I think I can slope this down. Enough of these leaves have dissipated. I can also just go around with the... with the hoe like this and take a lot of this stuff out. Then we can, let me see, we can clear off some of this. And now that this stuff is separated, it should dissipate on its own. I've only a few minutes left. But maybe I can establish the slope in that time. And let me see. Let's not do that. All right, let's clear out the inventory. We'll go grab our dirt again, and then we'll try to make some sort of slope down here. I don't want it to be too much, though. Because I need a path... I need to maintain a road for Shut Mountain here, so I don't want it to extend too far. But I'm thinking this side is a more gradual slope. And again, we'll just have the same type of slope for this whole section all the way down. Then we'll vary it afterwards. How am I doing here? 4 more minutes of the stream. If I could get that central spline for it finished, that'll be fine. Okay. Let's try to center this the best we can. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7。Oh, these are 13, I think, right? 4、5、6、7、8、9、10、11、12、13, right? So 6、1、2、3、4、5、6. So right there, that's the center. So I'd like to have a pretty steep drop and then have it level out a little bit. So let's try something like five. It's 5 to that one. That's 3 there. 2, 1. Then we'll go 1 and then 2. 3. And 5. That might not be enough, though. Yeah, that might not be enough. So I was thinking like Fibonacci, right? We'll do 5, 3, 2, 1, 1, and then mirror it this way. But that is not enough of a slope. I was thinking of a slope that would look a little bit more like that. So that would probably look better like, I'm thinking elliptical would probably look the best, where the major axis would be this way and the minor axis would be vertical and it would be one quadrant. Shut Mountain! Do whatever you want, big buddy. Shut, welcome on in. Of course, it's nearing night time. There we go. We're almost at the end. Well, we are at the end of the stream now. Yeah, that's too shallow of a curve, or too steep and too small of a curve. I think I'll do a little bit more elliptical a curve and just have an ellipse quadrant that'll run down to here. And then I'll just establish that from that side, and then I'll just vary it. So it's not exact. But, you know, start out with it being exact and then just switch it up, right? So And if that's the case, I'm just going to put the rectangle in for where I want it to start and where I want it to end. So I'm thinking I want it to fit into this kind of space. I'm thinking like right about out to here. So I'm thinking something like that. And so I want the curve to do something like that. And then, you know, I'll vary it with the slopes around here and stuff. So shelves. Awk. Double awk. All right, but I think that'll do it. I'll work out how I want this ellipse quadrant. Apparently, I'm a little rusty. Let me see. Yeah, I'll work that out off stream, and then I'll put this one in. I'm going to AFK over at my basalt generator. Over at actually over at Shelbs' smelter that we both share. And I think I will make a whole bunch of basalt. That's what I'll do. The basalt assault. Yeah, there we go. And I'll log out over there. But I suppose I should do a thumbnail beforehand. I'm thinking maybe I can get it right from here. Just gotta be careful. Maybe a little something like that. That might be pretty good. Now, what if... screen like that. Yeah, it's going to have to do. Right there. That's good. Okay. Let's head over and we'll get to our AFK spot and 105. I may not have time to raid out today. I may have to hit the road. Go fetch Kati. Kachi's school has started up again this week. And so we're back on the road a lot more. Bringing him to and fro his educational institution. Okay. I'm going to hang out right here. I mean, that might be another possible thumbnail. All right. Anyway. Alternate flying a kite spot. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, with that, let's switch over to the camera scene. There we go. And let me see. I think Jeannie's live right now, right? Who else is live? Shelbs just finished up. She rated us, to which for which I am grateful. Let's do home. Let's do follows. Shelbs, I agree. I don't like the new mobile interface for this. All right, let's go over and we'll raid Cheska's, but I'll have to do a raid and run. So there is the raid message in the chat. You can copy and paste that into the chat if you would like to join us. I always encourage the viewers to join us along on the raids. Even if you can't stay for the entire stream, like me today, I can't stay for the entire stream. At least drop in, say hi, and if you feel so inclined, maybe follow, some bits, some subs. That would be super cool. Setting up the raid itself. And family-friendly viewers, just remember that Jeannie's stream is rated mature for a little bit of language and stuff like that, but she's a lot of fun. And, you know, we have a lot of shared community. There'll be some folks there that you know, definitely. And raid is counting down. That's good. Okay, I'd just like to remind everybody that we do this Buffooncraft stream every Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream will be Sunday. That'll be Kachi time from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. No idea what Kachi's going to decide. Kachi usually waits till the very last minute, and then I have to scramble to try to set it up. Yeah, we'll be doing that stream on Sunday, and then the stream after that will be Wednesday. That'll be from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That'll be a generation stream. We may be on the survival server, or we may start the new map with the Baby Zombie Rush build on it. We'll have to see what I'm able to set up between now and then. So. And just a reminder that we do have some new redeems, some new video redeems. I've implemented 2 of them already, making a 3rd one tonight. So you can look at the Discord. I also have the channel on our Discord community server that has the Behind the Redeem channel on it, and it'll feature the redeem, and it'll give you a little bit of background notes because, wow, you know, some of those references are going to be so old that some of you younger folks, some of you youngsters are probably not going to understand them. So so I figured I'd put a little background behind some of them. Besides, it's fun just for trivia purposes. And that's it. We're done.